Hello, and welcome to the History of Jazz Online, Winter 2016. I'm the professor, Dr. Gary Feinberg. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and the goals and purposes and expectations for the course. I will also briefly discuss the technical requirements for the course and point you to the resources that are in Canvas. Lastly, I will share with you some tips for success. About myself, I'm a trumpet player with over 3 decades of international performance experiences playing jazz, classical, commercial, essentially any kind of music where one might find a trumpet. My degrees are in performance from Carnegie Mellon University, and I hold a PhD in ethnomusicology from the University of Pittsburgh. For those of you who have never heard of ethnomusicology, it is a branch of musicology that seeks to find meaning in music through investigating the cultural connections as well as the physical characteristics of music making and consuming. This approach informs my method of teaching the history of jazz. Not only will we examine the cultural forces that shape the history of jazz, but we will also be taking the music apart in search of musical sounds and music making practices that will make direct cultural connections apparent. My personal goal for this course is what I refer to as the mall test. In this test, a student who has completed the course will one day enter a mall, whereupon he or she will hear the sound of music coming from a distant corner of the mall. As he or she gets closer, the rhythm of the music becomes coherent. A little closer, and the instrumentation is apparent. While continuing to approach the place where the music is coming from, musical form begins to take shape. Beginnings and endings of musical sections. From this evidence, it is apparent to this astute learner that a jazz band of some sort is playing. As the performing musicians finally come into view, an awareness awakens as to how the musicians, with their different musical roles, are working together. This closer observation also reveals musical characteristics, qualities of sound and communication that are unique to jazz and can even be traced to individual artists who first explored and perfected them. Finally, as the listener spends a few moments absorbing the music, an entire cultural narrative comes to life. The socio-economic, political, aesthetic, and technological forces that form the many parts of this music are witnessed. The many ways in which the music is disseminated and consumed both reflects and reveals much of our cultural values. And with this revelation is the beginnings of understanding the meanings of music, and not just jazz music, but all music. In terms of expectations for the course, keep in mind that you will be completing a 1-week course unit, which is normally spread over 14 weeks, in the highly compressed time form of 5 weeks. In no way will be taking this course easier than taking it in the traditional face-to-face format. The one difference, of course, is that you will be working independently, but the work is going to be intense. Over the course of 4 weeks, multiple assignments will be regularly due twice a week, generally on Wednesdays and Sundays at midnight. For each deadline, you will have to complete readings, take quizzes, participate in discussions, complete different types of assignments, and watch lots of video. Most work cannot be submitted late. Let me repeat, most assignments cannot be submitted late. This is the nature of online courses where you may indeed work at your own pace, but regular deadlines are a necessity. I don't wish to intimidate you, but you'll need to devote time to this course not just to complete it, but to enjoy the experience as well. To participate in the course, you will need ready access to an up-to-date computer with good internet access. You're going to be streaming a lot of video. And you need good speakers. You will need to be familiar with Canvas, our course management system, and as stated earlier, there will be readings, quizzes, threaded discussions, and specific assignments due twice a week. You will also be registering for a for-pay interactive video streaming service called Acclaim, for which you will find instructions in the resources section of Canvas. It is a really useful, easy to operate program. Now, 2 tips for success in this course. The first is plan your time wisely. You cannot save a week's worth of work for the day that it is due. And remember that there are 2 deadlines per week. An online course is flexible in that you don't meet with a professor at specific time in specific locations, but you will have to have more self-discipline to complete tasks successfully. And remember, it is 14 weeks worth of work being completed in 5. Lastly, get started earlier in discussions. Discussion participation is heavily weighted in this course, so make your contributions count. If you wait for the last minute, it will make it much harder to make a contribution that is original and, of course, If everybody waits to the last minute, the discussion will be less interesting. Now go to the course homepage and navigate around the course. You must be fairly familiar with everything. Even though I've tried to make it very intuitive, it's still rather complex. So make sure you understand how everything fits together. Be sure to communicate with me through Canvas. I will monitor my Canvas inbox at least twice a day throughout the course. And with the exceptions that on certain times I won't be available twice, and I'll let you know. So I am always available. All right. Good luck with the course, and I look forward to interacting with you.